never slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hello everyone. Today I'd like to talk about nicknames in prison, and more in particular about a person named La Nina, or was for a while. So if you like prison content, subscribe, share, hit that like, comment. I'd like to hear from you guys. Anyway, so when you're in prison, people have different nicknames. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. There were several people named Country while I was in prison. I mean, Big Country, just all kinds of them. And there's people named Red because of red hair. And a lot of times if somebody's from out of state or out of country, they get the name of where they're from. Like we had a guy named New York because he's from New York. Boz was from Bosnia. We had a Jamaica. We had a Brazil. Had these different names. Well, anyway, when I was in Three House, the wing I was in started filling up with Mexicans. They was all trying to get in the same wing, become cellies and stuff. And there was this little guy, short, slender built. He's the type of person that wouldn't fight. If he's put in a position where he had to fight, he wouldn't fight. But for some reason, no one bothered him. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because the Mexicans took a liking to him and kind of had him under their wing. I don't understand. It just seemed that nobody bothered him. And he was funny and people laughed at him. So one day I'm out in the wing with my cellie, who is also my partner, and we're standing over there. He's messing with the microwave, and I'm just looking around. I see this group of Mexicans, like 3 or 4 of them. There's like 7 or 8 in the wing, but there's 3 or 4 of them over there, and they're talking to this guy. And let's call this guy James, because I can't remember his real name. But anyway, so I'm looking at him, and then I see him point at me. I see there's one named S.A. And I think S.A. was called S.A. because he called everybody S.A. And he always talked with his head tilted back. Hey, S.A. I asked him why he did that one day, and he said it was because he's used to wearing a bandana, and it covered part of his eyes, so he would talk like this so he could see. Anyway, he's pointing at me. So here comes James. And James has a kind of a cocky walk to him now, And he walks up to me and Kevin, and he says, "From now on, call me La Nina." The Mexicans gave me the name La Nina. So we just kind of looked at him, and I looked up at S.A., and he's over there laughing, and he gives me a thumbs up. If anybody know what La Nina means, and I apologize to all the Mexican speakers if I don't really have the right accent on saying that, La Nina. But if anybody knows what La Nina means, they know it means like baby girl, little girl. So I said, La Nina? He goes, yeah, call me La Nina. So this goes on for a few days, and later on, S.A. comes up to me, he goes, hey, we're just having fun with him, he thinks he's got a cool name, so we're just having fun with him. He said, just kind of go along with it. So we all did. I mean, the guy's funny. Nobody bothered him. So we just, he kept you laughing without even trying. Just stupid things he'd do. Like walking up to us cocky, saying, "My name is La Nina now." Anyway, one day, another Mexican moves in. Comes in the wing. I think he came from the hole or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, it wasn't long. Of course, he's talking to all these Mexican buddies and stuff. But it wasn't long that La Nina, James, goes up to him. In fact, it was the first day. And he says, "The Mexicans in here, they call me La Nina." That's just the way he said it, just like that. "So you can call me La Nina." And the dude just kind of looks at him and laughs and says, "You know what that means? La Nina, huh? Me a baby girl?" And you could just see the look on S.A.'s face, like, man, he messed it up. We was having so much fun. So he goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "La Nina. That name means baby girl. You baby girl? What the S.A. and all them got you doing, man?" He goes, "Well, they didn't tell me what it meant. Is that what it really means?" He goes, "Yeah, that's what it means. You need to go kick their ass for giving you that name." Which, James wouldn't do that. He'd just say, "Oh, guys, that was messed up." Anyway, he goes and gets a dictionary, Spanish dictionary, and he looks it up. So he goes back to S.A. He says, "You gave me a bad name. It means little girl." Of course, S.A. just laughing. He goes, "Well, I can call you El Nino. Will that be better?" It's a boy. He goes, "I don't want your names. Don't quit bothering me with the names." And they just laughed and had fun, And he came up to me and he says, "Did you know what that meant?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Why didn't you tell me?" I said, "You didn't ask. You just said, from now on, call me La Nina." He said, "Well, you could have said something." "Sorry," but it was kind of funny. I said, "Well, I guess next time somebody gives you a nickname, you will look it up first, if it's in a different language." It's just like with me. They started calling me Aliman. "No, you ain't going to just call me that. I'm going to have to look that up." And, well, come find out, it means German. And they called me that because of me helping other people learn German. And I knew German. And I always rooted for America and Germany in the World Cup. So that's why they called me that. But I made sure. I wasn't just going to accept that. So, you go to prison, somebody gives you a name, don't just accept it and find out what it means. Like in Missouri, a boy or a kid is somebody who's tied with somebody. It's that person's punk. So you don't want to be called boy or punk or any of those things. Of course, everybody knows what punk means, but like there's a lot of people, when I first got to prison, after I made it, you know, and everybody accepted me, you know. I made it through the test. If you want to call it a test, it was a beatdown is what it was. But like the old heads, older white dudes, they'd call me young blood or youngster. They wouldn't never call me kid. They wouldn't call me boy. Sometimes they might say young man, but a lot of times it was young blood. You know, a lot of times nowadays I say the same thing. When I was in prison right before I got out, I'd say the same thing. And even out here, hey, young blood, let me talk to you a minute. Don't mean it in a bad way. It should be a compliment. But, you know, it's just their way of talking. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I hope you kind of got a laugh out of this story. It's mostly for just entertainment. But it is a lesson, you know, to don't let somebody give you a name. You know, find out what it means. All right, until next time, I'm out.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for